June on a full moon. A baby was born 4 months too soon. All for love and love for all. Who would know later in life he'd fall? This boy was raised with a steady hand. His daddy was a hard-working man. His mama gave him all her love, cause God gave it to her from above. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. His friends thought it was all for fun. He robbed the old woman with a water gun. His heart was pounding, his eyes was wide, but the devil was on his side. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. Say he should have died that day, but he didn't. He got away. He was living the life out the silver spoon. He was riding like a cowboy gone to the moon, but the pipe had him. Life's no fun. Now he's just his mama's son on a dead-end street, and he don't really know. His only family is the rocks and the blow. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. He sold his watch, he pawned his ring. Boy, looking for the real thing. And I don't know if I told you about his wife named Annie. He soon began to sell her fanny to the deacon and the plumber and the Indian chief, even to the hype across the street. And when his money and woman was gone, he began to sell his own. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. He had big old dreams. By far this was his worst scheme. He became a preacher, spreading the word, telling folks what they had already heard about life in general. A matter of fact, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but nothing mattered, nothing at all, but a glass pipe and a little white ball. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. I'm Applejack, look, I need to go home. I need to go home. Whistle, twassle, twistle, twone. This boy was never going home. It was a sad sight, I must confess. He died on the freeway in a mini dress. His mama told him which way to go. He had to smoke something, the Lord didn't go. And what I thought was really odd, he died screaming, oh my God. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that, yeah, death lives in the rock house. Crack. Death lives in the rock house. Death lives in the rock house. Crack, yeah. Death lives in the rock house. And there ain't no coming back, y'all. Death lives in the rock house. Crack. Death lives in the rock house. y'all.
Get this in the rock house.